Right guys, welcome back to the channel and to another Marvel Crisis Protocol battle report. Me and Lucy are loving this game at the minute. If you've come here and you've never watched the channel before and you've come here because of Marvel Crisis Protocol, this is only mine and Lucy's fourth game, so we did kind of skip ahead a little bit with the deployment and the mission whilst we work out the best way to kind of film that and incorporate that into a battle report. If you're here because you normally watch us anywhere through our Games Workshop content, I hope you enjoy Marvel Crisis Protocol. We've tried to incorporate a little bit of the rules by having like flashcards up on the screen from the characters' actual cards. I want to give a massive shout out to Battle Bunker, our local gaming store, who of course does sponsor the channel, but also Justin sorted us out with terrain, battle mats, and the core set, as well as plenty of the other characters as well. Gaming is going to be available at Battle Bunker in the UK from the 17th of May, providing COVID-19 restrictions lift as planned. Currently, there's no Marvel Crisis Protocol events scheduled. However, lots and lots of people are getting into it over the last couple of months, and we expect there to be a massive surge of people playing Crisis Protocol at Battle Bunker. So, without further ado, we're going to jump straight in and look at both of mine and Lucy's characters' roster, and then jump straight into deployment and the battle itself. Of course, if you would like to support the channel, please support us by becoming a YouTube member for early access to battle reports, as well as becoming a Patreon. You also get early access by a week for signing up to either of those services. And of course, it allows us to keep expanding, getting more characters, and of course, keeping up with the new releases. I'm quite excited about a lot of the new Marvel Crisis Protocol releases upcoming very soon. But without further ado, let's go and play this game! So this is my roster today. No new miniatures over what you've seen before, but I'm going to try and use hopefully something new. So we've got Red Skull, we've got Baron Zemo, we've got Crossbones, we've got Doc Ock, Venom, Green Goblin, Ultron, and of course MODOK.
And here is my roster, the same as last time but with two additions, Hulk and my favourite, Lockjaw. I wanted him before I even knew the rules, before we even decided to actually go ahead with buying this. I always said I don't care what he is, how he plays, I want him. So he will be taking part in today's mission.
Regardless. Fair enough. And then, of course, the Incredible Hulk. He's massive.
I just want to point out, Lockjaw is painted the same colour as my dog, Murphy.
Yep. Right, here we go. Welcome back after deployment. I had priority. We didn't choose missions at random. We stuck to the two missions that we've practiced. So that we can keep in line with them and hopefully make sure we get more stuff right. So Ride Sparks over Extremes 3.0 is these objectives here. You control them at the end of the turn if you have more healthy characters than your opponent within range. And then Struggle for the Cube continues. You've got 5 objectives for the cube. You spend 1 power to interact with them and pick them up. So my team from my roster, I've ended up going for Crossbones, Red Skull, Zemo, Doc Ock, and I swapped out Ultron for Green Goblin. And the cards that I've chosen is Follow Me, Medpack, Cosmic Invigoration, Dark Rain to have somebody activate again, hopefully. That's not that one, that's that one. And then Well Laid Plans, which is a Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus specific card. So that should come in quite useful. Let's have a look at Lucy's team. Or Lucy's team today.
Yes, I've made one change and Lockjaw is in for Iron Man.
Yep, so the cards that she's chosen, because Hulk, Groot, Rocket and Iron Man aren't in, you haven't chosen the cards that you had with their names on. So we've got Mission Objective, which you used last time to pass the objective off, which was handy. You've got Patch Up, Avengers Assemble, and Last Minute Save from Lockjaw, which might keep somebody alive just that little bit longer. Right, so the start of the power phase. Everybody gains 1 power. We've now bought some specialist green D10s to represent green power rather than adding a metric ton of tokens every time. So because I have priority, I am going to elect first activation. I'm actually going to go with Red Skull first. I'm going to use Cosmic Cube. This character gains 3 power, roll 5 dice, and for each skull rolled, this character suffers 1 wound.
Last time you played this wrong, you can only do this once.
Yeah. So I don't roll any skulls, so I gain 3 power.
I don't think you ever have.
What? Rolled skull.
In
In the very practice games we did. His second activation, though, will be a medium movement. And he's going to go to there to secure that. So that is Red Skull now activated.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Spidey. Excuse me. I'm going to move him there. And I'm going to spend his 1 power to pick that up. And his second activation.
Good shout. So next activation for me is going to be Crossbones. I'm going to do a small movement, followed by another small movement, just to there. In fact, I am going to go the full distance, you know. So he needs to get up there. He'll spend his 1 power to pick up that cube, and he is activated.
Up next, I will go with Black Widow. She will do a move. Spend a power. And...
Yep, so you could place her in here.
Yep. And that is done.
So next up, I'm going to activate Green Goblin, aka Norman Osborn. He's going to make a medium move to there and pick up that cube. He will then make a medium move over to here. So that is Norman's, and that is the power spent for him.
Alright, up next is Lockjaw. I have went ahead a little bit, but he has a lovely ability. It's Who's a Good Boy. At the start of each of this character's activation, if there is another allied character within 2 of it, this character gains 3 power. He started here within 2 of Spidey, so he gained 3 extra power, putting him on 4. So, first activation, he moved his small, which puts him here. Now I'm going to spend normally 2 power, but just 1 because of Cap's ability to teleport, which is a superpower of his. Choose this character or another allied character within 3 of it and place it within 3 of its current position. So he has jumped on that and he's going to spend a power and pick it up.
So now I need to stop Lucy from scoring. Don't really have anybody within attacking range. Zemo's a little bit far behind. So what we're going to do is we're just going to double move with Zemo to there and to there to contest that objective that Widow is on.
Okay, very simple round for Carol. She's simply double moving.
And because there's not much else to do, Doc is just going to double move forward. In fact, he's not. He's only going to single move to there. He does have a range 3 attack, but it's still out of range of Lockjaw, unfortunately. So that is Doc done.
And another boring round for me with a double move. Can you do like that for your movement? Double move for Cap. And I believe that is everything done for this round.
Yep. So for the score, unfortunately, Carol's not within range 1 of this objective, so nobody scores this one. Lucy controls this one, I control this one, but I also control that one, so that's 2 points for me there, and Lucy gets 1. However, cubes, how many cubes do you hold, Lucy?
3.
And I hold 2 currently, so that puts us both onto 4 points in total. And because Lucy had the last activation, it goes back to me for turn 2 priority. Okay, so power phase, everybody gains 1 additional power. However, those carrying cubes each gain an extra 1 but take a wound. So that's Green Goblin, Crossbones, Lockjaw, Black Widow, and Spider-Man. So I'm jumping ahead to my first activation. I've done a less than medium move with Doc Ock here. And we're actually just going to do a normal strike at Lockjaw. So Doc is going to strike at Lockjaw. This is a physical attack, and I get 4 attack dice. So I do get 2 crits. And 1 hit. So therefore the crits, I get an extra hit in total. So that is 4 hits in total, Lucy. Yep. What is your physical defense?
He has 3.
So she gets a defense and 2 wilds. So she blocks it all.
I am quite good at it because Lockjaw can reroll 1 attack and 1 defense roll. So but you need it, which is good anyway.
Well, I wanted a few wilds because for every wild I count as 2 hits.
Yeah, but he does take the 1 damage. So he's damaged 2 now.
And of course Doc gains 1 power.
Okay, so I'm going to go first, first actually, with Captain America and Shield Throw at Zemo.
Yep. So how many attacks?
4.
And this is physical, yeah?
Yes.
So 2 hits.
So this
and
will
a crit.
Be my crit. No, so 2.
So Zemo has a defense of 3. So because I am in cover, I will change that one to a defend. This one I'm going to reroll because Zemo gets a free reroll, which is a defend.
Wow, nice.
And I get a crit anyway.
Yep.
Which doesn't make a difference, which is a wild. So I would have blocked everything.
Yep.
That's only 1 activation though.
It is though. So my second.
Ha! I know where this is going already.
Will be there.
I know what's happening here.
Done.
So up next, I'm going to go with Zemo. The problem is if I attack Natasha, she's quite defensive, but she's got the objective. Lucy does have the card Mission Objective, so if I defeat Natasha, she could pass it to Carol, but at the same time, if I defeat Lockjaw, she could pass the cube to Cap. So this is a problem. But I am going to spend the 2 power that Zemo has on Master Swordsman. This character may use a superpower if an enemy character is within 2, this character may reroll any number of its attack or defense dice. So I'm going to use my normal strike at Natasha.
Is this physical?
It is. So I have 5 attacks actually with this strike. So I get 2 hits, but I can reroll any number of dice, not the 2 skulls. I get 2 hits.
Okay, she has a defense of 3, but because you're within 2, she counts blanks as successful.
Yep. So
takes 1.
Yeah, takes 1 damage. Which means I gain 1 power from that, but because I did an attack, Cabal lets me get 2. So unsurprisingly, I'm going to use Master Swordsman again. So I'm going to go straight again with Sword Strike. Against Widow. Again. Yep, so I can reroll any number of the dice, apart from skulls. So I do get 2 crits, however. So 3 successes in total. No bleed status.
Woohoo! Move dice.
So you block 2 and take 1 more damage.
Oh, I was expecting a lot more.
But as a result of that, I gain 1 power from doing a damage. I gain an extra power because it's an attack by a Cabal unit.
Right, so I'm going to go with Natasha next. I know she is relatively safe because Zemo is gone, but she's already suffered 3 wounds. She only has 4 and she has an objective, which I don't want her to lose. So I'm just going to double move her. This gets me another character on this, which frees up Spidey a little, and hopefully she'll survive long enough for my plan to be good.
Right, so here's a bit of a plan. I am going to move with Red Skull, right, but I'm not going to go my full distance. I still want to be within range 1 of the objective, which I am, but I'm also within range 2 of Doc. So that's my first activation, right? I'm actually now going to use 2 of my cards. I'm going to use Dark Rain and Cosmic Invigoration. So Dark Rain, any Cabal character may spend 3 power to play this card. Choose an enemy character. Allied Cabal characters may re-roll any number of attack dice when attacking the chosen character this round. Unsurprisingly, that is going on Lockjaw. Okay? Then, Cosmic Invigoration. If Red Skull is within 2 of another allied character with an activated token, they may spend 2 power each to play this card. Remove the activated token from the allied character and roll 3 dice. For each wild, crit, and hit rolled, that character suffers 1 wound.
Ouch.
So, basically, Doc has just spent 2, so he's down to 1 power. Red Skull has just used all 5 of his.
That's good though, because he can be dangerous.
You can. So I roll, was it 3 dice? 3 dice for Doc. I rolled a hit and a crit. So he does take 2 damage. That's fine. That's fine. But I still have 1 activation from Red Skull because those cards aren't activations. So I'm going to use... no, I'm not going to use Strike because I'm now out of range. I could have done with 1 extra power to use Cosmic Blast. So my second activation I will pass.
Right, so next I'm going to go with Lockjaw. Because he is within 2 of a allied character, he gains 3 extra powers. He's up to 7. I'm going to spend 2 straight away, normally 3, but this is the first time this turn, so it only costs 2 because of cap. To play Interdimensional Bloodhound, which gives all allied characters 1 additional attack dice when attacking. See?
Okay.
So he's down to 5 points. First activation is going to be Bite against Doc Ock. He is within 2. Let's see what I can do.
So is this physical?
It is, yes.
So 1 hit and a wild. Doc has a physical defense of 4. I block 2.
You also get the bleed keyword because I rolled a wild.
Okay, I'm not within range of Zemo.
And he can re-roll 1 defense and 1 attack dice per.
Go for it.
Oh.
So you don't get the extra
No,
crit from
2.
that.
That is 3.
3. I blocked 2, so I take 1 damage.
And get the bleed keyword.
So that puts Doc up to 2 power. And he's bleeding. Second activation though for Lockjaw.
I am moving, so Natasha has 1 wound left, which she will lose next round with having the cube. But I have a card, last minute save, which I will be using. But for now, he's moving small back here. And that is getting very crowded, that objective, so I think Spidey will have to go on the move.
So next up, I'm going to go with Crossbones. I was hoping Lucy would actually attack him so I could get to make a movement, but unfortunately not.
I remember.
So I'm going to move small to there. And then I'm going to spend my 2 power to use Overpower. After this attack is resolved, place this character within 1 of the target. If the character is size 2 or less before damage is dealt, this character may throw small. So, Crossbones gets a total of 5 attacks here.
It's physical?
Carol. It's physical, yes. I get 1 free reroll because Zemo is there. So I only get 2 hits, unfortunately.
Yep. Cabal has a defense of 3.
So 1 pass and a crit. So you would block both of them anyway, even if you roll a
Let's just see
yeah, so nothing, but I get to be placed within 1. So I'll go there. And that's it. That's Crossbones done.
Yeah. Right, I'm going with Spidey next. So he's going to move along for his first action. His second action is going to be Webline. Push an enemy character within 4 of this character's small. A character can be pushed by this only once per turn. So,
but it's pushed towards you, so...
Yes.
And why have you done that?
Because now you are off the objective. In my second activation, that is not an activation, that is a superpower, and it cost me 1 less than normal. So it normally costs me 2, only 1 now because of cap. And that gets you off the objective and puts me on it.
It does. So, unsurprisingly, I'm going to go with Green Goblin. And because there is an undazed Peter Parker within 3, I have to attack him first. So I'm going to use Pumpkin Bombs. Before choosing a target, this character chooses whether this attack's type is physical or energy. After this attack is resolved, this character gains power equal to the wounds dealt. I am fishing for wilds because before damage is dealt, the enemy character gains one of the following conditions: bleed, poison, or incinerate. So I have to do a normal attack. Is your energy and physical defense the same?
Yes.
Okay, so it makes no difference which one I do. So Pumpkin Bombs. Nice. So I can re-roll any number of dice because you're Peter Parker for an extra hit. I get a crit, so that's an extra dice for a failed defense. So that is a total of 4. What is your defense?
3, and I can re-roll 2.
Oh, just as well. So
I block 1.
you block 1, which means you take 2 damage in total. No, I did 4. You blocked 1, so 3.
Okay,
Sorry,
3.
my bad. And I gain 3 power as a result of that. 4 because of Cabal. But how many wounds is that there? I did 3.
Yep.
How many does he have?
4, 5.
He has 5 altogether. Okay. Here's the plan. Because that was my first action, the second action I'm going to do is hit and run. This character immediately makes an attack action followed by a move action. Costs me 2 power to do that. So that drops me to 3 power remaining.
I didn't think about this when I was deciding.
I was waiting for you to do this. So I'm going to do Pumpkin Bombs yet again. 4 attacks. I can re-roll. I can re-roll skulls. This is one of the instances where I can, because basically Peter's his arch nemesis. Mm-hmm. So I do get 3 hits in total.
Is this a physical?
Physical or energy, either one, but you get the same rules. So you can re-roll.
This is me re-roll from Peter Parker, because I'm re-roll 2.
2, yeah.
Okay, and this is.
And then you get 1 crit, yeah. Which she blocks, no damage, but then I immediately get to make a move action, which is a medium movement to there. And he's now activated.
Okay. Alright, last but not least, we have Captain Marvel, and she's going to start with Energy Blast at Zemo. She gets 1 extra attack because of Lockjaw's fabulous ability. So 5 attacks, and she can re-roll any number of attack dice. Obviously, except for skulls.
Wow.
Okay.
So you get an extra 2 dice here because of the crits.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. 6 hits, yeah?
Yep.
So Zemo has an energy defense of 3.
You stop.
I can re-roll 1 of them. Well, I get a crit, and then I get a free re-roll.
So you stop 1, so you take 5. What's his?
5 damage. Zemo has 5 wounds.
Okay, so.
Well, at least he's dazed now. And that was only 1 of your attacks, Lucy.
It was. So, because of that, I get power.
Yep.
How many wounds has Crossbones got?
Crossbones has 6 wounds.
Right, because of that, so she has now 3 power, and Rocket Punch is power level 3. Costs me 3, so I'm going to use that, but I get 7 attacks against Crossbones.
Wow.
Wait. Alright, so I'm in a little pickle here. I've only got 1 activation left, but I need on that objective, but I still want to attack. So I'm going to play the Avengers Assemble card for 1 point. Move her small. The bump.
This is a good play because obviously she got lucky and knocked Zemo out, which meant I only had 1 healthy character there. If she doesn't kill Crossbones, she denies me the point.
Yeah.
If she does kill him, then she gains a point.
Yep. And I am going to Energy Blast. No extra attack this time.
Makes sense because I've only got a defensive 2.
Yep, and I can re-roll the attack. Except for skulls. So 2.
I get 1 free re-roll because of a Zemo. Does that work whilst he's dazed though? Yeah? Nope, so I do take 1 damage.
That's something that might be in the rules though, so if anyone knows if they can still use abilities such as the reroll when they're dazed, could you let us know?
Yep, and do you gain an automatic 1 power?
I do.
For that. So because I removed the activation token from Ock, I get to go again. The problem is I'm bleeding. So he's only got 5 wounds, and each time I do an action I suffer a wound afterwards, right? I'm almost tempted to daze myself there's 2 things I can do. In fact, no, a double move wouldn't work. I was going to double move onto the objective and trump you, and I'd have 2 healthy characters, but I won't because of the bleed.
Ah, yes.
So what I might do is move forward, take the wound, then attack you and hope I do the 1 wound to daze Spidey, which means he won't control that one and he will drop the cube. I can't pick the cube up, but I'll deny you 2 points by doing that. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do. So he's going to move medium.
It would only be 1 point because I don't currently hold that objective, do I? So it would only be the 1 for the cube.
Yeah, but yeah, along those lines. So he's still bleeding. He takes 1 damage.
How many in total has he got?
He's got 5. So when I now attack, I'll unfortunately daze myself. So at this point, I'm just going to have to use my normal strike. It is only 4 dice. Chances of doing a single damage to Peter here is very low, but I've got to risk it. So I get 2 wilds and 1 crit. If I roll a wild when making this attack, each wild in the attack roll counts as 2 successes. However, whenever this character rolls a dice after the effect is resolved, I gain 1 power if I rolled at least 1 crit, which I didn't.
I was going to say, you did originally call that a crit by mistake. That's just a hit.
Alright, that's a hit, sorry. And then 2 wilds. The wilds do count as 2, so that actually is a total of 5 hits on you. So I might actually have a chance here.
So you get 3 and you can reroll 2, but even if I reroll all 3, I can't save them all.
Wow.
So reroll that.
Reroll 1 for a miss, but then you get a crit. So you block 3, which means you take 2 damage, which dazes him. Doc dazes himself because of the bleed condition, and I will place this objective marker within 2 down here. And that is turn.
Okay, so I kind of forgot something quite major. I forgot to add powers to my characters when they took wounds. So yeah, I forgot my mistake. We've added up what we believe is correct.
So Spidey's on 5 because he did take a total of 4 wounds.
Yes, because he took his 5th from holding the cube.
But he spent 1.
Yep.
And Carol?
Carol was the biggest, we don't know. So I think it was Spidey who went showing. Carol's up to 5. It would have changed what I would have attacked with. But again, I forgot, my fault. Lockjaw's up to 7 because he took a wound from Doc Ock. Capstone 2. Natasha's up to 4 because she took 2 wounds from Zemo.
Yep. So I've just done 1 damage to Spidey there, so I gain 1 power from Doc's strike, but I gain 2 because of Cabal putting him up to 4 power. So at the end of that turn, I have 2 cubes in total. So I scored 2 points for that, puts me at 6. I actually control this one.
Is that within 1?
It's not even a finger's width.
He's dazed. Sorry, I was looking.
No, he's not. He's not dazed.
Spidey is. I was
Alright, yeah.
him.
And he's within range of that one, so I scored 2 for that one, puts me at 8. How many cube pieces do you have?
2.
And you control
1.
So that gives you 3 victory points, puts you at 7.
Need to catch up.
But because I played that card to have the second activation with Ock, you now get to go first in turn 3. Right, so going into turn 3, everybody gains 1 power. That puts Skull to 1. Green Goblin actually gains 2 power, and he takes a single damage from the cube. Zemo will go up to 3 power. Ock will go up to 5 power. Sorry, 4 power. Crossbones get 2 power because he is carrying a cube. Puts him at 3 and he takes a wound himself. That's 3 in total that he's taken. Carol?
She's gone up to 6. So, Natasha's about to flip.
Yeah.
But does she get... So she will get the power for having it, because then she gets the
Then
wound,
she takes the damage, so you'll gain 2 power.
Puts her up to 6.
And then she'll take a 4th wound, which means Natasha is dazed straight away.
I'm going to place it there. Yeah, so earlier when I...
Well, it's actually me that would place it, isn't it? Because it's the opposing player.
Oh, right.
So what I'll do is I'll place it 2 behind you, so you've got to go back for it.
Yeah. I was hoping to use the last minute save with Lockjaw and Natasha. But it's when the character is knocked out, not dazed.
You could technically play mission critical here, mission objective here though.
Yes, can I do that now?
I'll let you do it, yeah. I think you can do it now.
An active character holding asset.
Then no, because they're not active.
Yeah.
Then no. So yeah.
Okay.
So that means that Natasha is dazed. You can't even use her this turn, unfortunately.
No.
But because I went last turn, you get to go first here.
Right, so I'm going to go first with Spidey and try and get him out of there before he's totally knocked out. So I had an idea. Move him large past the objective, grab it as part of the activation.
Yeah, so the rules for interacting with an objective state that at any point during your activation, if you're within range 1. So if Spidey moves here, he does pass within range 1 of the objective.
And he has wall crawler, so he can get up there.
So you go like that.
So I'm going to try this. If we are wrong, please do let us know. As we say, we are still learning. So he picks that up, spends his point, and that's his first activation. And his second, because Natasha is dazed, I want extra points on him. He's just going to jump down there. Oh, yeah, he's... Oh. No, I wouldn't.
You can't reach that other one.
Yeah, I'll get that one though, so that's not too bad. Oh, that is my activation.
So I think I'm going to go with Crossbones next, and I'm just going to use... I'm going to use my basic strike. I've only got 3 power, but I'm just going to basically punch Carol. She's only got 2 wounds. I'm going to try and daze her so that I control this objective going into this turn. So I actually get 5 attacks with Crossbones. Ooh. Not good, but I get 1 reroll because of Zemo. So I do get 2 in total. Now the wild doesn't make a difference here. It was overpower that it does, but that's still 2 hits.
Is this a
physical?
Okay, she gets something against energy, but not.
So she fails all of them.
No. Oh yeah, sorry, that's it.
Is that all of them?
Yeah.
2 damage.
Ouch.
So I gain 2 power plus 1 because I am Cabal. Gives me 6 power in total.
I get 2 power for taking wounds, is that correct?
Yeah.
Not what I wanted for this round. Ooh.
I don't know if I want to do it yet. I'm very, very tempted to use Medpack.
I want to use Patch Up, but...
I am going to play Medpack. It costs me 3 power. Sorry, spend 2 power to play it. So it drops me to 4. Remove up to 3 wounds. Remove up to 3 wounds from this character or an allied character without a dazed token. I'm going to remove the 3 wounds from him.
Is there no limit on the side? Is there no limit on the length of that?
No, because you just use it on yourself.
Oh, right, sorry, yes.
Or another character within 3. So, yeah. So if somebody has the power, but someone else doesn't, you can heal somebody else within 3. Do I want to do anything else for my next activation? I think I'm probably going to pass, Lucy, because there's nothing else that I really want to do. I'm happy to leave him there to punch Carol again next time.
Okay. Right, so firstly I'm going to use Patch Up. Choose a non-dazed character. I'll pick Lockjaw. another allied character within 2, Spidey. If the chosen character may spend up to 5 to play this card, remove damage from the chosen character equal to the power spent. Lockjaw has taken 3 wounds, so Spidey will use 3, putting him down to 2 power.
But then Lockjaw's fully healthy again.
He is indeed. Alright, so this is not going to plan for me. You have taken total control. So, next up I will activate Cap. He will do a normal movement. And then he will shield throw to Doc Ock.
Okay.
4 attacks.
And this physical, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So 2 hits but 1 crit. So 3 hits in total. Ock has a physical defense of 4. So I pass 2. And I got no crit. So I was reading these rules for scientific hubris, because if I actually rolled a crit, I would actually gain a power.
Do you know Ricochet?
With that, so I take 2 damage because of that, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So I gain 2 power as well.
Ricochet only works if you roll a wild.
So
not what I wanted, so I will try that again.
How you've moved and then...
I did, yes, sorry.
So that was both your activations, yeah?
Yeah.
Still, you could have gotten lucky to take Doc out.
Yeah.
So back to me. So next up, I'm thinking of going with Zemo. The problem is he's not healthy. Spider-Man and Widow are both flipped on that side, but Lockjaw's there and he's got how many wounds?
6.
I don't think I can take him. What I might do is try and take that cube that is up there. So I'm going to do this by using a long movement with Zemo to get me to here.
Can you go over that card?
Yes, because it's height 2.
Okay.
Just make sure that was... There we go. And then I'm going to use Steel Rush, which is range 3. So I should be within range 3 of... I'm within range 3 of Lockjaw. In fact, you know what? Let's go for Spidey, because I can't target Widow, right? But... sorry, I'm not going to use Steel Rush. I'm going to use Charge. This character immediately makes a move action followed by an attack action. This superpower can only be used once per turn. So actually, I'm going to end up having to be within 2 of Lockjaw. So I make an attack action, makes a move action followed by an attack action, okay? So I'm going to move again.
And there's me thinking that was safe.
To there, but that puts me within 2. I will spend 1 power to pick that up, which is the only one that I had because it's just cost me 2 for charge.
Okay.
So I've now got that. But I now get to make an attack action. So I've got Sword Strike, which is 5 attacks in total, straight into Lockjaw. I can re-roll 1 dice. 4 hits in total. No bleed status though. Physical defense of Lockjaw.
3.
Okie doke.
So this will be that.
Yeah.
I save 1.
So you take 2 damage. I did 4. You blocked 2. So 2 wounds dealt by Zemo. I generate 2 extra power, plus 1 for being Cabal. Lucy generates an extra 2 power for taking that 2 damage. Putting Lockjaw at all 10 power.
Yep, so I think he's gonna... I honestly didn't... I figured how fast Zemo is.
Yep, he is quick.
And I thought that objective was safe. Oh, wait. Oh.
That wasn't the aim. Because
nice.
I can't take that from you because Lockjaw is healthy.
Yeah.
The Zemo's not, so I can't take it from you.
Right, before we moved on, I very thankfully remembered I can reroll 1 of his defense rolls. So
And you got a blank, so this is the reroll of the blank for a hit, which still unfortunately misses.
So I don't know what to do. The only thing I've got Lockjaw left, but he can't really do much except for attack Zemo. He is obviously within 2-inch range. So
you could knock Zemo out You then place the cube closer to Lockjaw and spend a power to interact with it to pick it up. That's your best bet.
Yeah, because even teleport, I'm not going to get near anywhere. So I'm just going to go bite on Zemo.
So, and you can reroll one of the attack dice, can't you?
So
in fact, before you do this, haven't you got a superpower that's quite useful to use against Zemo, Lucy?
Yes. So, it's the first turn. He hasn't used this turn, so it'll only cost me 2.
Is it Bloodhound or something?
Interdimensional Bloodhound.
Yep.
So I get an extra attack.
So you get 1 extra attack.
Which is that one.
Right, so you can reroll any number of the dice. So you want to reroll your blank or your defense here.
And then what?
Is it just 1?
1.
So you can reroll one of those 2. Right, that crit won't get you, but you will get 3 more. Wow.
So
an extra 2 hits.
So all them, please.
That's 6 hits on Zemo, yeah? I've got a defense of 3, Lucy, and I can reroll 1. In fact, I'm going to pay 2 power right now to reroll any of my dice.
Can you do that when you're not active?
Yes, because it's one of his superpowers. Master Swordsman, when it is a target of an attack, or targets a character with an attack. So I can reroll any number but not skulls. So I do block 2.
So you take 4. How many has he got?
He's got 5 wounds.
Do you know what this means?
So that does mean I actually gain 4 power as a result, and that puts me at 5. You're biting again?
Yeah.
So you get an extra attack. Oh no, because you have to use your superpower again to do it, but you've got the points.
This round.
Right, so that would actually...
Choose an enemy character. Allied characters roll 1 additional attack when targeting the chosen character with attacks this round.
Wow, okay.
Not good for that one. So I can
but you get a single
1.
reroll, yeah.
So there's another
3
3
hits. So I've got 3 defense.
Woo-hoo!
That's a skull. Even if I reroll the hit, I can't stop it.
He's gone.
So that does daze Zemo. In fact, it doesn't. It knocks him out. He does drop
Really?
Yeah, because he's on his injured side.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So you get to place that within 2. And then spend a power with Lockjaw to pick it up.
Exactly.
Oh,
I didn't realise he was flipped.
Yeah, you flipped him last turn.
Do you know what? He is, for me, he's your strongest because he's so good.
Yeah, he's so quick.
And
he can get a lot of attacks. So that's Zemo out. However, that does leave me 3 activations now.
To my Zemo.
Yeah. Right, my turn. Red Skull is up. He is going to use Cosmic Cube to generate some power. He takes no damage. Again. So he goes up to 4 power. As a result of that, I am now going to go Unleash the Cube, which is 7 attack dice, Lucy.
Yep, while you get the dice, I will use Vibranium Shield. It's normally 2, but only 1 because of Cap's Legion's ability. So I get 2 extra defense rolls.
Okay, so if this attack deals damage after it is resolved, the character may throw the target small.
Of course.
So I'm hopefully going to do 1 extra damage by pushing you into the bugle.
Yeah.
If I roll any wilds, after this attack is resolved, the target character and characters within range 1 of the target gain the stun special ability. So that's not range 1, but either way, that is not great. So 3 hits in total, 1 crit, only 3. It is energy. What's Cap's energy defense?
4.
So yeah, 4 defense.
6.
So you pass 2, but you get you pass 3. Sorry, but you get a single crit, which is a fail. But I only did 3.
Champion.
However, I did roll
a
wild, so you will be thrown into the bugle. So as it turns out, I am not going to push Cap because it would destroy the bugle. Yes, it would do 1 damage, but I don't want to just do 1 damage. I want Doc to pick it up and throw it at him. So next up, I'm going to go with Ock. Right? and I'm going to play well-laid plans. Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus may spend 3 power each to play this card. Roll 5 dice for each enemy character holding an objective token. The enemy character suffers 1 damage for each crit and wild result rolled. A character damaged in this way drops all objective tokens it is holding. The player who plays this card chooses the order in which the enemy characters are affected.
How many points is that?
3 for Goblin and 3 for Ox, so 6 in total.
That's not a lot for doing that.
No, it's not. So Goblin has 5 power at the minute, he drops to 2. And Ock has 6, he drops to 3. So I now roll 5 dice for each character that is holding an objective, in which case it's Lockjaw and Spidey. So they suffer damage for each crit and wild. So Lockjaw, 1 damage. And he drops both tokens.
Okay. That's very powerful.
That's very powerful.
Is it one of the ones that was the new things that are going to only be used once per turn?
It is one of the cards, so once I've used it, it's gone.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So it's team tactic cards, so it's like med pack and stuff. But then we've got Spidey, who's also holding an objective.
He is.
He takes 1 wound, and I will take that Cosmic Cube, please. There we go. Oh. He's a problem. He is a problem because I really, really want to pick up the Bugle and chuck it at Cap. But I can't really say no to 3 power. To 3 Cosmic Cubes, can I?
What's his move?
Ock, medium, but he's got Wall Climber. So he can go straight over the Bugle. He can actually go straight over the Bugle. Spend his 3 power to pick them up. Unfortunately, I can't pick up the Bugle as a result of that.
Oh, my heart breaks.
Now, here's the thing. Goblin could have technically flown over with a double move to pick it up, but he only currently has 2 power, so he would only get me 2 of those objectives. As a result of that, I doubt I'm going to do 3 damage here, but I am going to use me Strike from Doc. Again, power equal to the damage dealt. It is 4 attacks physical.
Who's this to?
Cap.
So I'll spend his last 2 powers to use Vibranium Shield.
Of course. So I get 2 crits. I only get 2 hits in total. So you get 6 defense dice here.
Yeah.
You got 1 defense and 1 wild, so you block my 2. And that is it for Doc. Next up, though, we have Green Goblin. So I'm going to use Pumpkin Bombs straight into Cap. 4 attacks. I get 1 hit, Lucy.
4 defense. Just 1. Yay!
There we go. I'm going to do the same again because I've got nothing else to do. So, wow, okay. So, an extra crit. So, nothing. So, I get 4 in total. So, you need to now defend against those 4 attacks. So, you block 2.
Yep, so I take 2.
You take 2 damage, you gain 2 power. I'll gain 2 power as a result of that. Puts me at 4. However, I did roll wild, so before damage is dealt, the enemy character gains one of the following conditions. Please bleed. Wow, that was a turn of events, Lucy.
Yeah.
So,
this is going very bad for me.
So for me, I actually control all 5 cubes.
Yeah.
Because of that one, that was a powerful move. That was so good. And I actually control 3 of the Extremist consoles.
I think you are going to be bad from using that tactic again.
Do you know what? Like, I think I'm kind of leaning to want to use Spider Force because I've got them 2. I think Kingpin's in there, Venom, and then of course Mysterio's coming. Yeah.
I think that don't be very good at all.
So, I actually gain 8 points. I was already on 8, Lucy. That puts me at 16. That makes me the victor at the end of turn 3.
For 1 card.
Because of that 1 card.
Yep.
Wow. But it's not often you'd have somebody with 3 cubes.
No.
And Lockjaw had the power to pick them up. Mm-hmm. Nobody else gains, or that we've seen, gains power as fast as what he does.
Mm-hmm.
because you had him within range of somebody every
I
turn.
made a few mistakes which cost me that. Soon as I moved him, I knew Cap. I should have sent him for Red Skull. All I was thinking though was Ricochet get an extra attack, and then I rolled the dice and I was like, oh, that's only for Wiles. So I should have sent him for Red Skull. Really.
Yeah.
I can't believe how much that went badly for me. How bad that went for me.
Yeah, but that was because of my one card. Had I not had the power on Ock because you did the damage last turn, I wouldn't have been able to pick them up.
Yeah, absolutely.
You would have only actually scored 1 point that turn, putting you on 8.
Yep.
So, do you know what? I'm glad that I finally won something against you.
Woohoo!
But yeah, that card is so good because there's no range on it, and it's every enemy with objectives.
Yep. Yep.
That is so
brutal.
good.
I know I made. I can't believe I forgot the power.
We got through it and we added it up. I don't think it would have made too much difference. You might have done a slightly different attack with Carol.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's it.
Again, for me, she barely did anything. It was a toss-up between her and Iron Man.
I genuinely think Iron Man would have been better than her because he's more resilient, and then he gets the Unibeam attack.
Yeah.
And I mean, come on, if you'd done the Unibeam straight through them, I might not have been able to play that. So yeah, I think Goblin is actually quite fun.
Yeah. I just want to point out though, I killed someone, you didn't.
Yeah, you did destroy Zemo entirely.
Woohoo! I'll take that as a moral victory.
You did knock him out. I think, to be honest, that's the healthiest game we've had that's finished.
Yes, actually, yeah.
Because you've got 2 flipped, I had 2 flipped, but I've got 1 knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, she would have flipped this turn anyway.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, you're right.
I definitely think for you, Lockjaw was
absolutely
worth it.
Yep. I shouldn't have pulled Natasha back, but I was just thinking, keep her get back for the. Never mind though. I'm usually better at strategic. I'm one and listening. So, it was a fun game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do love Lockjaw.
Does that mean next game we might see some more Inhumans then?
Yes, they are so. I'm so close to finishing them.
Can I bring Murdoch? Apparently he's really good.
Okay then.
Right, thank you very much for watching, folks, and we'll see you again very soon.